review session number 5, taken on December 13th, 2016. With my client, I attempt to practice some micro skills such as reflecting feelings, positive asset searching, and summarizing. Hi Emily, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So, what are you wanting to talk about today?
Well, I had shoulder surgery not that long ago on the day before Thanksgiving. And it's where I had shoulder instability, so my muscles weren't tight enough around my shoulder bone, so it would pop out whenever I'd move my arm, basically any way possible. So my doctor said that it would be a good idea to go in and tighten all my muscles so then it wouldn't pop out. So I had this done. I told my work about it months ago. And they said, they would figure out things that I could do one-handed. And it came time for me to go back to work, and they told me they didn't want me coming back because I'm not in a condition that they think is okay to be working since my arm is in a sling.
Sure.
So that's really horrible because now I'm broke and it's almost Christmas.
So, how's that making you feel right now?
I'm very frustrated because they said that I could come back to work and now all of a sudden I can't come back to work, and I was really planning on being able to. So it's kind of stressful because I, didn't know that I was going to be under such financial, financial hurting right now, or whatever, I guess you could say. Because, if I would have known they didn't want me coming back, I could have saved for it.
Sure. So why exactly are they not wanting you to come back to work?
They said that I am a liability with one arm, and they don't think that I would get enough done for it, for them, so it would be it's not worth their money to spend paying me to come back because they don't think I'll get enough done with one hand.
So you haven't even been back to work one day so that they could see how you've been working?
Nope, they won't give me the opportunity, which really stinks because I'm a pharmacy technician. I count pills. Anybody can count pills with one hand. It's not that difficult. That's not all we do. I am limited to the other things like packaging medication and stuff, but I know I can count pills with one hand. I've done it before.
Sure. So do you have any family or friends that can help you financially through this period of time?
Yeah, my mom has been helping me as much as she can, and my stepdad, they're both really awesome. My boyfriend has helped me a lot. He's actually paid the rest of my bills for the rest of the month, so that's good. I just have to have gas to get to school, and he's helping me a lot with that. My dad gave me money too, so it's all working out, I guess. It's just really stressful knowing that there's no money in your account and you have so many things to do. Even though it's coming in, it's still stressful.
Sure. So have there been any other times in your life where you've struggled financially as badly as right now?
I don't really think so, because I think the more money I make, the more things I think I can take on and pay for, which it's not bad. I can pay for what I have to pay for every month. It's fine. But this just shows me how much more, not being able to pay right now for my things and having to get money from other people and worrying about my bills just shows me how much more I've taken on now than I was at a year ago. So I don't think so, especially because now I'm paying for my own medical bills and I'm paying more for my living bills and things like that. Or
Mm-hmm.
I guess not technically living, but like I pay for Netflix now, and like my let's see, what else do I pay for? Oh, like my phone bill, my car insurance, which I've had to pay part of those things since I've had them, but I have to pay fully for them by myself now. So it's just a lot more to be paid, And I had some recent health scares, like they thought something might be wrong with my mitral valve and my heart because my heart does these feels like flips in my chest. So my grandma on my mom's side and my mom have mitral valve prolapse. So they thought I might have mitral valve prolapse as well because of these weird little flutter things my heart does. So I had to go see a cardiologist, and cardiologists are more expensive than regular doctors. So that was very, I don't know, I guess eye-opening to how much adults actually pay for this whole college experience thing. It just showed me because each year I get more and more independent, and I have to pay for more and more things for myself, and it's slowly immersing me into, I guess, what people call the real world and things like that. So it's like preparing me, but in the same time, that's why I say I've taken on more to pay for and worry about. So not having a job, well, I have a job, I guess not being able to work at my job is very just stressful because of how much more I have, and now having this surgery and seeing another specialty doctor, an orthopedic doctor, surgeon for that matter, um, having to see him, that's also more expensive than just a regular doctor. So I have to pay for that, and now I'll have to pay for the surgery equipment. They're gonna call me soon to set up a payment plan for figuring out how I have like a out of pocket expense or whatever to pay for, um, before my insurance will cover the rest. It's, I guess, different than a deductible, which doesn't make sense to me. Mm-hmm. But so all that stuff is gonna start coming in too. So like I said, I have people who are helping me pay for things, but at the same time, I know there's more to come.
Right.
So it's just stressful.
So you keep saying it's stressful and you're stressed. Like, do you have are there ways that you're able to cope with this stress right now? Or are you just like trying to deal with it?
I am a very horrible person when it comes to dealing with stress. I pretty much, I find a lot of comfort actually in talking to like 3 or 4 people. There's Tyler, my boyfriend, my mom, my grandma, and you. That's what I do. I'll just talk to people and then see what they think. I like to get a lot of different opinions about what I'm going through because each person has been through, different things. You can't just say that one person's going to tell you the same thing as someone else. So I like to hear different opinions. I like to know what you'll say versus what Tyler would say versus what my mom would say and my grandma, and I take it all and I kind of combined it because each of you each give me things that the other doesn't, and some of it is the same, which makes me feel better because then it's reassuring, especially if I think more upon what one of you'll tell me, then I'll think about it more and then be able to talk more about it with the next person. So I kind of break it down, or my problem, I guess you could say. I kind of break down the problem by talking about it with everybody, and I'll get further and further through working through it, through talking to each one of you, because I'll think of things that I wouldn't with the first or second person, and then by the time I get through talking to you guys about things that bother me or that I'm freaking out about or whatever, then I pretty much have got a set goal, an idea, a plan that I'm going to move forward with so that I am not as stressed out. I'm a very planny person. I'm one of those people who can't do anything without planning it. It has to be planned months in advance. Not really, but like I can't just up and take a vacation. Like I have to plan it out. I have to know what we're gonna do every like minute, every hour. You know, I'm one of those weirdos. So being able to set a goal and figure out what I think will be best and what you guys think would help me the most through whatever I'm going through really helps me to break it down. But then there's also the time where even though I've talked to you for or maybe even someone else that I don't obviously talk to that much because otherwise I would have said it. If I talk to you guys and then I still, I get my plan and whatever, but a lot of that still stays with me. I'll still think about it. I'll still worry about it. And pretty much nothing really helps me calm down until it's over. Or whatever I'm going through gets worked out and or if I get like somehow a very, very, very good plan and I know for sure it's gonna work without having to go through it first. So I don't really have any other coping mechanisms besides that. I'm really bad with coping with stress. That's actually part of the reason, not really part of the reason why I had shoulder surgery, but my muscles in my along the sides of my neck and down my shoulders, so my trap muscles, are very, very tight all the time because that's where I actually hold all my stress. And if I get real stressed out at work or wherever, then those will hurt and like constrict, I guess, like contract and like just be like these hard rocks inside my shoulders, and it's miserable. So, and nothing helps that either unless it's either like rubbed out at physical therapy or I just like lay down and I'm able to just chill. So, I really don't have very good coping mechanisms. That's part of my problem, I guess. My muscles are so tight in that area. My vertebrae in my neck aren't how they're supposed to be because of how tight they are. So I don't know. I like to talk to people. I guess in summary, I like to talk to people, get ideas, go through things that I think of with them, and then I like to think about it by myself. And sometimes I'll still freak out, like I said, or sometimes you just need a good cry.
Sure.
You just cry about it, and get it over with. Someone told me, I think it was you actually, that told me just cry about it, take that day, cry about it, and be done with it. And that, I don't know, I've taken that to heart, I guess. And I like doing that. Like, not like it, but if I feel the need to, I don't feel horrible about it because I'm not the only one that thinks that. So I'll take the time, cry about it, and be done with it, move on. I like to lay in my bed actually when my back hurts a lot or my neck hurts. So there's that too. I guess I don't know if that counts as a coping mechanism though.
Sure. Yeah, that would definitely count. So it sounds like you're really good at, like you said, you like to talk to people, and then you're really good at like taking what they've all said and like applying that to your situations. So does that help you frequently with most of your situations?
Yeah, any situation that I come to, I generally okay. I'm pretty horrible, but I generally blow out of proportion most times. So then they seem a lot bigger than they actually are and talking to everybody. So what I'm saying by that is a lot of my situations end up being big situations that I have to talk to. So it happens quite frequently that I'll talk to everybody and see, even if it doesn't seem like a big deal to them, then they can like reassure me. You guys reassure me like it's not that big of a deal. Like calm down, think straight. So I mean, I think it helps me a lot, and I think I do it a lot because I know I'm dramatic and get a little overly emotional about things.
So if you woke up tomorrow and everything was perfect regarding your surgery and your financial problems, what would that look like?
Well, probably. Jeez. Well, regarding my surgery, my healing process is actually um, taking a lot less time than normal. So that means that I am recovering faster. I probably won't have to recover as long. Um, but it would mean to me that as far as shoulder goes, that I would be done with therapy. I'd be done in this stupid sling that I hate, and I wouldn't have to wear it at night. Like, it would be completely being done with everything that has to do with it, and like my range of motion being back and just being like quote unquote normal again, which I'm not normal. I'm hyperextendable, so normal is gonna be weird for me. So I guess another thing with my shoulder is I won't be used to um, having the, again, quote unquote normal range of motion, because it'll feel restricted to me. So being used to that restricted feeling, I guess, that's not really restricted, it's normal since I'm hyperextendable, it's gonna feel weird. So not feeling that, being done with the, like I said, the therapy and everything, and just being able to move my arm again, being able to do normal things like shave under my armpit. That's horrible. You know how horrible that is? It's horrible. Work, um, I would be probably a few years ahead and graduated. I think it would be so much easier not having to have worry, like not having to worry about the continuous homework and school stress with having to work as much as I do. Because I do pay for so many things, and I don't, live with my parents and whatever. So that all goes into things like that. I think, like I said, I'd probably have my degree, and I would be, really self sufficient at that time. And it would be, like I said, not working where I am right now, but doing what I want to do. And having things paid for and paid off, like credit cards paid off and stuff like that. It would look like that, I think.
Okay, so in order to get to that place in your life, minus like the obvious time that it'll take to heal and like to graduate, um, what are some things that you can do to like help that along?
Um, well, what would really help me along is it being December 19th, and I would have my nursing school decision for the school I'm at, because then if I make it, I stay, and I know I have 3 more years. So working really hard in the classes, to answer your question, working really hard in the classes that I have to take to make sure that I stay where I need to be and graduate on time. But if it doesn't work out, that means transferring to another school, doing something completely different, and making sure that I do good in the classes that they require me to take I can, sorry, before I can get into their main program, because they make you take things like math and stuff that I've tested out of. So having to take those classes, just making sure I do really well in that. And if I go that route, then I'll graduate actually next May. So just making sure I do good and get through it, so I don't have to keep going through it.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah, excited, that's the word.
So if when you get their decision on the nursing school, if it turns out that they won't let you continue there, what's your plans after that?
I'll probably be hysterically crying for a little bit. That'll be my cry day. I will probably call in this order: my mom, well, Tyler, my mom, Alice, and then probably my grandma. Um, I'll, I actually know that even though I say it won't bother me and whatever, I'll probably just take that day and be very upset. And then no, I already have a plan in place to continue doing something else that I think that I like somewhere else. and not have to wait 3 more years to graduate.
Okay, right, because you said you're a planner, so
Yeah.
you have a plan then in place for that situation.
Yeah, I've already transferred everything I need to Ivy Tech to be able to start there in the fall if I need to get into doing their program to be a surgical technologist. They don't make as much as nurses, and it's not obviously nursing, and I really want to do nursing, but I want to work with babies, and I wanted to do labor and delivery. So being a surgical technologist, you can either do regular surgeries, or you could be special for just labor and delivery. So it's still doing something I want to do, just not exactly in that manner, I guess you could say. So I have it all planned out.
All right. So I've kind of had a similar situation. Would you mind if I shared with you?
Nope. Okay. I want to know, because maybe you'll be able to tell me something that helps me cope for my decision, if it is bad, or what you did.
Well, so I started in nursing school, and I failed out after my first semester, and I was just totally devastated. Everything worked out though. I ended up being able to stay at the same school. My parents helped me try to decide what else I wanted to do, and it turned out it's something that I'm enjoying a lot more, and I'm still able to do what I want to do, which was helping people. So I mean, at that time I only had a few weeks to decide what I wanted my major to be. But in the end it all kind of worked out. So
But what were your coping mechanisms then, so I can see what you did?
well, like you said, since you like to cry and take those days to cry, I had a few of those. Just had a couple breakdowns. Um, and I talked to friends a lot, like my friend Emily. She helped me through it a lot. So yeah.
You just kind of talk to people too then?
Yeah, my sister, she made me talk to her. So she helped me through it. You do need a support system when you're going through something like this, which it sounds like you have a pretty solid one.
Yeah, I think I do. I have a lot of really trustworthy people, I guess, and people who are wise and give me good direction. So that's what makes my support system so important to me. I think that I'd have a lot harder time if I didn't have them, because I can talk a lot. And it just, I don't know, sometimes it just helps, because if you just talk about it one time or whatever's bothering you one time, most times I don't feel okay. I have to tell more than one person, otherwise I don't feel like I ranted enough about it, and I can't keep telling them the same thing over and over, because I'm pretty sure they just want to strangle me.
I'm sure that's not the case. Because they let you rant to them, I'm sure they love you just as much as you love them. So
I'd hope so. If they're listening to all my problems and just sitting there and trying to give me advice, I hope they love me back. Gosh. I'm kidding. Pretty sure they do. It only drives certain people crazy.
So going back to your shoulder, what are some pros and cons of the situation and the surgery right now?
Cons mainly are just financially. I do work a lot, so it's that really is the only problem. It just sucks not being able to pay for things for myself. But and it's stressful, and I think it's just caused me more emotional distress than anything. But at the same time, I kind of stepped back and looked at it, and there's a lot more pros than there are cons, because now I have more time to spend time with my family around the holidays, and that's important to me, because I even have to technically be working on Christmas Eve, and we're required to go to this store party that we have, which we get paid for, but it's like, that's not exactly what I want to do. And like my family has Christmas on Christmas Eve one side, and then the other side has it on Christmas Day. So I'd like to be able to spend time there and like, be with my family on Christmas Eve and do more help around the house and do whatever that we need to, because Christmas is at my house on Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'd like to be able to spend that time, and this year I'll be able to, which will be the first time in like 3 or 4 Christmases.
Oh, I'm sure that makes you happy.
Yeah, that's exciting. And with finals being around the corner, it helps being able to focus more on finals in school and getting good grades, because it's important for me to get them in these classes that I'm taking right now for my nursing decision, and then whatever I continue to do after, or if, it's not nursing. So
you can go ahead.
Another pro is like I just get to like chill. Like it's a bad thing because I am a very busy person. I like to be go 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 go. I don't like being chill, but now I get to like stay home. I get to be lazy. Like I get to just lay around. I don't have to get ready for anything besides physical therapy, and it's kind of nice to just have that break, because like it's a mental break too, because working is very mentally exhausting to me. So it kind of is giving me like 6 weeks to just chill and relax, rest, and be rejuvenated. I hope to go back and work my brains out. But I think being able to spend more time with my little brothers as well is exciting to me. So I think there's a lot more pros than cons, but the con is like really extreme to me at least.
The money situation.
Yeah.
It sounds like though that it fits into the timeline really well with the holidays, and you said like it's important that you get good grades in order to graduate and stay at the school you're wanting to. So
yeah. It is good with the holidays, but then it's kind of bad because there was still a couple more things I needed to buy and whatever, and I had to get money from other people. Luckily, not to buy their presents, but to be able to finish it up, and because I still had to buy for our Christmas Secret Santa at work, and that was like, how do you expect me to pay for things like that? And we always get the pharmacist gift every year, so like, how do you expect me to pay for that when I'm not even working? But still had to do it because I, put my name in, and we were all, in there. So I couldn't just be like, take my name out, even though we already drew people. Like, that person's just not getting a Secret Santa. Like, that would suck.
Yeah.
So that was kind of annoying, but whatever.
I understand correctly, the only con then would be your financial situation, correct?
Yeah, I think so. But like I said, I've had help with my bills and stuff from my mom and my stepdad, my boyfriend, and surprisingly my dad, which is just a little bit strange and different, I guess, because him and I haven't talked since. I'm sorry. Him and I haven't talked since April, so we just kind of have a rocky relationship. We never had a real good relationship, so ever since I've had my surgery and I had a complication where I ended up in the hospital, he's been like all about me. He's wanted to know everything about it. He's checked in. He's come to my house and sat with me for a little bit when I just sit there and chill. He like laughed with me and whatever. He insisted on taking me to a doctor's appointment, which, like I said, is weird because we haven't talked since April. So, I mean, it's just weird that he offered to help me, because, like I said, he just made it very clear when we stopped talking he was done helping me with everything. He wanted me to get my car titled in my name so it wasn't in his name anymore. He wanted me to find an insurance company to pay for, or not to pay for, but to get insurance up through my, or for my car through, like, he didn't want to have anything to do with it anymore. He no longer wanted to be helping me pay for my car insurance because, like I said earlier, I only pay for a portion of my car insurance and my phone bill and stuff like that because he was paying the other part and he didn't want to pay that anymore. So he wanted to make sure that, like, he wanted all, help to be severed from me, basically. And he told me that. He texted me and told me, I don't want to be helping you. I guess I'm an adult and I can pay for my own things, which, yeah, I'm an adult and I do pay for most of my stuff, but I'm a college student. I work really hard in school. I need most of my focus to be there, but if I have to, work so much to be able to pay for the things that I have to have, it just takes away from my school. So it's just different that he even offered, and then he was like really nice about it. So it was weird. It was just like not natural because, like I said, we just haven't talked for so long, and our last time we talked was just like a screaming fit at each other. So yeah, I don't think that my surgery changed our relationship much. I think we still have the same relationship. He's just really well. Okay, his entire family, the way they were brought up was, if something bothers you, then be mad at each other for however long and just forget about it. They don't want to talk about it anymore. They don't want to think about it. They don't want to address the problem. They just like to be mad, chill out, don't speak to each other for however long, and then act like nothing happened. And so, like, that's always how our relationship has been because that's how his mom, my grandma, raised him. Like, that's the same way that she is. If something happens, she'll get mad, you'll be mad at each other, she won't talk to you for however long, and then she'll talk to you like nothing ever happened. And it's kind of horrible because then you're just like, how are you talking to me when I'm still so angry at you? Like, or you're angry at me, or you never apologize, I never apologize. Like, why are you even talking to me? That's kind of how this whole thing was. So it's not that I think my surgery changed anything because I don't. I think that we still have the problems we have and nothing's going to change that unless we talk about it and sit down, but I'm not willing to do that. And I don't think I should have to be the adult in this situation since he's my dad. So I think that he thinks it's just like it was a way for him to start talking to me again and brush things under the rug. But at the same, like, I just take it for a grain of salt now because I don't really care to have that relationship with him because how many times we fight and be mad at each other, and then, or even if we're not mad at each other, the only time he seems to want to talk to me is like to yell at me for something crazy that doesn't even make sense because I'm a good child. I don't party, I don't do anything. I sit at home and watch Netflix. I'm a good kid. I go to school, I go to work, and I work really hard. So it's just like he could be yelling or upset about so many other things, and he chooses the littlest things, like if I parked my car wrong in his parents' driveway, which doesn't even make sense to me, but then probably nobody else. But that's just the way he is. He just likes to yell at me about stupid things. So I was always upset. So I take it as a grain of salt. I don't really care, I guess, enough to be upset about it all the time anymore.
There's not really any reassurance there that this is any different.
No, exactly. So I just don't, like I said, it's not that I think it helped us, but I think it's a way that he thinks that things can be just brushed under the rug again like they always are and go back to what he thinks is normal. But I talk to him, I'm civil with him and whatever, but I don't engage in super long conversations with him, and I try not to talk about anything serious because I don't care to talk about anything serious with him. I just want to talk to him and be done with it. So if when he took me to the doctor to get my stitches taken out, like I just we were just being goofy, and he told me I was gonna pee my pants when I got my stitches taken out. Like he half had me convinced that everybody pees when they get their stitches taken out. So I kept that going for a really long time, like because my doctor's like a half an hour away from home, so I didn't want to talk to him. So I didn't believe him. I guess I kind of did because I already had to pee, so I was a little nervous that I was going to pee myself. But that I kind of just like let that go on for a lot longer, I guess, than it should, or really, yeah, I guess really should have, because it's just, I mean, it's stupid. It's a stupid conversation, but I kept acting, I guess, stupid, so he would have to talk more about that, so we wouldn't have to talk about anything else. So, like I said, it's not perfect by any means, but I think he thinks that it's just a way to talk to me again, which I don't know. And it was
everything's fine.
Yeah, it's just weird because when I had my complication, I had to go to the hospital. He was like all about it. He's like, I want updates all the time. Like I want to know what's going on. Like you never care any other time unless it benefits you. So it's like halfway like, what do you want from me now? I don't know. I think I would be much better off graduating, being done with school, showing him that I can do more than he thinks that I can, and then maybe trying to work on a relationship with him, because when he's negative, he's so negative. And it's just discouraging. So it's not something I want to jump back into.
Right, like being on a level playing field with them, like both being adults and being able to like take care of yourselves.
Yeah,
would maybe help even it out a little bit, I feel, maybe.
Well, maybe, but I'm all he has, so I think he gets lonely and bored. He's not married. He has me. I'm his only kid. He has 2 dogs. Like, he lives a pretty boring life. He works and goes home and sits and watches TV. Like, so I think he gets bored. And I think that when I'm not around or not someone else to talk to, he just doesn't. Like, I'm his kid, and I feel like he halfway thinks that he should, be more involved. But at the same time, he's very stubborn, so he doesn't care to be the first one to talk or to contact me. And I'm quite stubborn as well. And like I said, I don't think I should be the adult in this situation because I don't want to be. And it's selfish, but I don't care to have that relationship, I guess.
It's nice that he's like trying to help you pay for some things here and there.
Yeah.
Especially in this situation.
Yeah, it's different. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I didn't expect it at all. And he would not be one of the people I would go to, like I said in the beginning, to ask for money or to try to help me. And then, so it was just weird that he came to me, but I'd rather have it that way because I don't want him holding it over my head, because that's also the things that he kind of like does. Like when we got in our fight, he told me, because I didn't get into nursing school at PNC the first time I applied. This is the second time I've applied. He told me that I have no priorities, I've lost focus, I don't do anything right, I'm a horrible kid, I fail, I'm just like this horrible person he made me out to be, and it was just miserable. And he was like, if you don't straighten up, I'm gonna take your health insurance and your car insurance and your car away. Like all those things were gonna help his situation. Like it didn't even make sense. If I don't have health insurance, and something happens to me, I'm gonna die and be dead. Then I won't be going to any sort of school. But I got different insurance, so it's okay. I don't have his insurance anymore. It sucked anyway. And I'm gotta get the title to my car, so he can't try to take my car, which it's stupid because I pay for everything for that car, all the repairs and everything. And then like car insurance, I'm gonna take over and do my own thing. So then he literally has nothing to hold over my head because this is what he does.
Right.
He's like, oh, see, I did this and this and this, so I'm such a good dad, and you suck. It's like, okay, calm yourself. So it's just more of like I just want to be there in school and stuff before I try to work on that relationship. So like I said, it's just weird that he wants anything to do with me.
Right. So we're coming to the end of this session. So just to summarize everything, because of your shoulder injury, you're having financial issues, but your family's been helping, so it's not as stressful as much. Um, but out of this, a lot of good has come out of it, correct? You talked about like spending more time with your family, being able to focus more on school. All that sounds accurate.
Mm-hmm. It's been a wild ride. Like it's nice too to be able to spend more time with my friends. Like I just recently was able to see one of my friends from PNC. She was my first friend I made at PNC, and I was in a chemistry class and I ended up dropping it. And I haven't seen her since the beginning of the semester, but she's awesome. And it's like I just was able to see her the other day because I wasn't allowed to drive home from school, and my grandpa was having a hard time. He had a hard time finding PNC, which is not very hard to get to from our house, when I was with him, so I thought it was going to be pretty impossible for him in the dark. So she got to come and take me home, so that was nice to like be able to see her again. And I think it'll be nice to kind of reconnect with some of my friends who I've lost contact with, or be able to just like sit and think and be like, oh my gosh, I haven't talked to this person in forever. Let's talk to them or hang out and whatever. And my brother's looking for colleges right now, my younger brother, so I get to go on all of his college visits with him and my mom, so that's exciting because,
awesome.
like I said, I like to talk a lot, so I can ask some pretty decent questions, which has been helpful for them, and I've been able to like help him through, doing his FAFSA and applying for colleges and stuff, so that's been pretty awesome too.
Alright. Well, if you'd like to continue talking about this in our next sessions, you're welcome to. But that'll be the end of this session. So have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you.